I was mainly inspired by my trip to Japan. I saw there a lot of dragons, and their dragons were so powerful and they were flowing and so spiritual. And the second element I used on that design was the warrior. For me, the warrior stands for courage and determination. And I think these two elements, dragon and the warrior, are just a perfect match. To create this magical effect, I worked with a concave shape. This coin is 3 ounce 45 millimeters. It's done with smart minting ultra relief technique. And with that colorization, I had the opportunity to create that smoky and mystical atmosphere. If you have a closer look at the coin, on the highest point you can see the horns of the dragon and the scale. These are very detailed. And underneath the fire is polished, so it gives the shiny effect. If I had to describe this coin in one word, I would say confrontation. Because the whole scene shows a moment between two forces meeting face to face.
Luminara is minted like a coin, but thanks to the opening on the edge, it can be worn as a jewelry.
Luminara comes from the Latin word lumen, and it means light.
On the reverse side, we can see the sun, and the other side, we can see the moon, which represent the oldest universal symbols.
It's the very first coin we have done in dark antique finish, which gives the coin much higher contrast.
It's not just a coin or a jewelry piece. It also can be seen as a talisman, bringing luck and harmony to people's life.
It's a good question why people are scared of clowns. My first memories personally are going back to my childhood, when I visited the circus from time to time with my parents. And in these times, clowns made people laugh and create an atmosphere of joy and fun. But this symbolism has changed, mainly driven by movies, which present clowns in a very terrifying and scary way. This coin is definitely an eye-catching piece. The reason is we applied several techniques. It's a proof finish, but in a concave form, which makes the clown almost popping out of it. Then we apply very strong and powerful color, and then we cover the whole coin with an enamel. That makes that threatening effect. I would like to say that for me personally, clowns are more on the funny side, but they are not. I'm a fan of horror movies, especially the famous It by Stephen King. And since then, definitely, clowns for me are more on the scary side. I have to admit, a part of my childhood is gone.
So, Riva, which dinosaurs did you choose for this coin?
I chose Coulrophobia because it is as massive as T-Rex, and also it was also a powerful animal, and it was also one of the most dangerous animals that lived on our planet.
We used smart minting ultra high relief on a 1 ounce silver coin in silk finish. Also, we used color for the obverse and reverse. The highlight of this collection is actually that we have a real tooth and we put a small fragment of it on each coin. So how would you describe this coin in one word?
I would describe this coin as a piece of numismatic prehistory.
There's a very strong and long-term relationship between Mongolia and CIT. I would almost call it friendship. Since years, we are exclusive partner to release commemorative coins issued by Mongolia. Genghis Khan was the founder of the Mongolian Empire. He created a state which at that time was the biggest in the world, stretched from Europe to China. For the Mongolians, Genghis Khan is the father and the symbol of a glorious and strong past.
The centerpiece of the coin is the Genghis Khan statue. This you will find in the National Museum and is actually 4 meters. In the background we have the nice guillotine technique, which is a very common technique in the watchmaking industry. And it gives a nice shiny effect. Also we have the mountains and the hills, which is a highlight in the Mongolian nature. When we decided to create this coin, I was very excited to design it. It was an honor for me to bring the Mongolian heritage to a modern coin. For this coin, I was inspired when I last visited Paris. When I was in the plane and I watched out of the window when we landed, I could see all the lights in the city, and it was a very impressive scenery. The biggest challenge was to capture the nighttime atmosphere and also the bird's eye perspective. Finishing for this coin is very complex because we have a partly black roof. And also the streets are improved, so we could add gilding and color on top. If you have a closer look, you can see all the names of the streets. And finally, the rim shows all the districts of Paris.
The Tiffany series is definitely CIT's signature series. It all started a long time ago in 2004 when one of our colleagues from logistics brought the input to integrate a piece of Tiffany glass into a coin. And this story continues this over 20 years. It is our goal to continuously develop this series and also go into new direction. This new portal series is a new direction. It shows on both sides a very famous portal. And then there is a connecting element. It's an integrated Tiffany glass. And you see a person on the Tiffany glass. And this person is not going through that portal. It's literally going through the coin to the other side. And this symbolic shall represent the connection between people, religion, country, and friends. The first edition of the portal series shows on one side the very famous Cathedral of Milan in Italy, and on the other side the stunning Church of St. Ludmilla in Prague in Czech. When people hold the coin in their hands for the first time, they're always fascinated by the level of details. Sometimes it's not even possible to discover all of them with the naked eye. This coin is a combination of an antique finish, but we also have polished proof areas or elements on the coin. On top, we have this integrated Tiffany glass. There's a combination of a low vintage and a defined small range of additions will make this series a very precious and sought after one. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to tell you what the next 2 portals will be.